It's great. It's great. It's absolutely great. This is the best thing in the world. Like, look, if the people aren't going to make the finals, is 5 for 17 from the field. Sorry, 5 for 18. 5 for 18 from the field.
In Game 2, DeWanna Bonner couldn't deliver it. The arena lights felt heavier than ever, glaring down on a veteran who had once been unstoppable, now gasping for rhythm and relevance. Every possession told a story of frustration, her shots clanging against the rim, her body language stiff and withdrawn. The woman who used to command the floor with confidence now moved like a ghost trapped in her own shadow. The crowd didn't even need to boo. The silence was punishment enough. You could almost feel the collective disbelief in the air. How could a player this experienced look this lost? From the first whistle, something was off. Bonner's rhythm was gone, her energy dimmed, and her teammates could sense it. She floated through the lanes without conviction, her jumpers missing their mark, her eyes betraying exhaustion more than focus. By the time halftime arrived, she had barely made a dent on the scoreboard. The frustration on her face was unmistakable, and by the fourth quarter, her confidence had completely vanished. She wasn't fighting to win anymore. She was fighting not to fall apart. Social media was merciless. Clips of her airballs flooded Twitter and TikTok. Commentators dissected every movement, and fans couldn't believe what they were seeing. "This isn't the Bonner we knew," one fan wrote, while another posted side-by-side comparisons of her past highlights with her present lowlights. "The decline is painful to watch," read one viral post. Analysts on ESPN replayed her missed shots like a tragic montage, noting her lack of rebounds, her disengagement on defense, and her shocking absence of leadership. This wasn't just a slump, it was a breakdown. And yet, behind the public embarrassment was a story that ran deeper than bad shooting. For months, whispers had followed Bonner after her controversial exit from Indiana that she'd quit on her team, walked out without explanation, and resurfaced in Phoenix as if nothing happened. Those rumors painted her as unprofessional, and now her performance seemed to validate them. Her collapse on the biggest stage wasn't just about numbers. It was about accountability.
DeWanna Bonner pulls. You can see this drive here. She gets it from deep. She pulls nothing but air.
The same people who once defended her were now saying karma had caught up. On the bench, the tension was thick. Teammates avoided eye contact. Diana Taurasi, visibly frustrated, barked at players after missed rotations, but never once looked toward Bonner. During timeouts, Bonner sat quietly, her towel draped over her shoulders like a shield. Cameras caught moments where she seemed to drift off, her focus gone, her spirit cracked. Commentators called it the body language of a player who's checked out. Meanwhile, fans demanded answers. Why wasn't she benched? Why were younger, hungrier players like Kit Laxa rotting on the bench while Bonner stumbled through possession after possession? "You can't win a finals with ghosts," one fan wrote. It was harsh, but not wrong. Every time Bonner touched the ball, tension rippled through the stands. Her once smooth jumper now looked labored, hesitant, and hopeless. The Mercury organization had bet everything on her experience, on the idea that leadership could outweigh age and inconsistency, but in Game 2, that illusion shattered. What had once been veteran poise now looked like arrogance. What had once been leadership now felt like complacency. When the final buzzer sounded, her stat line, 4 points, 0 rebounds. -21 looked less like an off night and more like a career obituary. It was hard to believe that just a year ago, Bonner was seen as one of the WNBA's most respected veterans. 2 championships, multiple all-star selections, a player who led through chaos and always seemed to rise when it mattered most. But now, all that history couldn't save her from the moment. The highlights had turned into bloopers, the applause had turned into mockery, and the leadership had turned into silence. The league noticed, so did the fans. The headlines the next morning were unforgiving. Bonner vanishes in the finals. Mercury's star implodes under pressure, and Phoenix's veteran core collapses. Sports talk shows turned her downfall into open season. Analysts said it was time for the Mercury to rebuild, to stop clinging to nostalgia and start facing reality. Her name, once synonymous with consistency, symbolized decline. But what made this downfall so haunting wasn't just the performance. It was what it revealed about the Mercury as a whole. This wasn't just one player falling short. It was an entire culture unwilling to adapt. Phoenix had built its identity on veterans, experience, and legacy, but the league had moved on. Teams like the Aces and the Fever were evolving with pace, youth, and hunger. The Mercury, meanwhile, were stuck in the past, led by players whose glory days were fading in real time. DeWanna Bonner's game to collapse became the perfect metaphor for that decay. It was the moment the illusion of dominance shattered, exposing cracks that had been forming for years. Behind the curtain of professionalism, there were whispers of fatigue, fractured locker rooms, and fading passion. The player who once symbolized grit and leadership now represented everything the franchise was too afraid to admit, that its dynasty was over. By the end of the week, Bonner's silence spoke louder than any press conference could. She skipped post-game interviews, avoided questions, and let speculation fill the void. That silence, that unwillingness to face the storm, sealed the public's perception. Fans didn't see it as professionalism. They saw it as proof that she had given up. And maybe, in a way, that's what made this fall so tragic. Because for years, Bonner had been the player you could count on. The one who thrived in chaos, who kept composure when everyone else cracked. But somewhere along the way, the fire dimmed. The hunger faded. And when the moment came to prove that she still belonged among the greats, the game answered for her. Her collapse wasn't just physical. It was emotional, symbolic, the kind of unraveling that makes people rethink everything they thought they knew about a player. The stat sheet told one story, but her face told another, that the fight was gone, the joy was gone. And maybe the game she once loved had stopped loving her back. As Game 3 loomed, fans weren't asking whether Phoenix could win. They were asking if DeWanna Bonner would even show up. Would she fight for redemption, or had her legacy already been written in airballs and missed chances? Every great athlete faces that crossroads, the moment where talent meets time, where pride meets truth. Bonner's came under the harshest light imaginable, and she couldn't escape it, because in the end, sports always come down to one truth: effort never lies. And when the lights are brightest, the game exposes everything: your drive, your preparation, your heart. For DeWanna Bonner, the 2024 WNBA Finals didn't just reveal a bad night, they revealed an ending. But what do you think? Was Bonner's collapse just one-off night, or the inevitable result of ego, exhaustion, and decline? Did the Mercury fail her, or did she fail them? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want more deep dives into the drama behind the game, the moments that define legacies and shatter illusions, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Because in sports, every fall has a story, and this one might just be the most unforgettable of all.